This is not a story about victory. This video ends with all of my Pokemon dead. But it's not about the destination. It's about the journey there. Pokemon Run Bun is the hardest Pokemon game ever created, with hundreds of challenging fights, all of handcrafted teams, strategies, and gimmicks. The odds are stacked against you at every turn. But even with this challenge, that's what makes it fun. Finding a way through despite the odds. After all, what's the fun if there's no stakes? Pokemon Run Bun starts just like Pokemon Emerald. You pop out of the moving truck in Littleroot town, say hi to your neighbor, get your starter, this time being Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup instead of Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip, fight the Zigzagoon, and you're off. Being attempt 7, I've been getting very familiar with this game and how to go about planning fights. On attempt 6, my PB prior to this, I made it to the first gym, but I lost before I could even get to the gym leader. Oh, and by the way, I will be streaming all of Run Bun here on YouTube, so come say hi after the video. I'll probably be live after you watch this. Anyways, the starter I choose this time was Chimchar. Choosing Chimchar makes Run what I like to call a monkey run because of how stupidly good Chimchar and his evolutions are. With a balanced offensive stat spread at base 104, a high speed stat at 108, and access to close combat and overheat later, Infernape is an amazing Pokemon for this game, as it can greatly simplify fights, but more on that later, if I even make it there. I beat May's Mudkip, and I finally get Pokeballs, officially starting this Nuzlocke. The early route encounters are nothing crazy, but every Pokemon here has a use. I catch a Bunnelby on Route 101, Houndour in Odell Town, Surskit in Littleroot Town, a Tentacool on Route 103, and a Rookidee on Route 102. Every fight at this point is pretty easy, until I get to her, last Tiana. She doesn't have a crazy team, but she's the perfect example of how the odds are stacked against you. In my previous experiences with this trainer, she has almost always rolled a beneficial move while using Metronome. Hell, she rolled Fissure on me this run. Fissure! Thankfully, I was higher level, but Fissure, really? I skip my Petalburg encounter so I can get something better much later on. Again, more on that later. On Route 104, I get the godsend of this run, Yanma. This dragonfly, while not impressive by any means, will be the only reason this run makes it as far as it does. Every trainer at this point is just a tutorial. They make sure you know type matchups, the game is unfair, item management, and luck is just another skill. And all this leads up to the first boss fight, the Petalburg Woods Aqua Grunt. This is the first real skill check of the game, and it puts your team building to the test. While it is pretty hard to wipe to him, his goal isn't to wipe you. It's to weaken your resources. Thankfully, Yanma is a godsend of a Pokemon. Yanma is able to one-hit KO his Carvanha with a Bug Bite, eat Krogan's Salac Berry so it can never sweep, and then KOing it on another turn, and then Houndour is just able to come in and clean up the execute. And just like that, the tutorial section is over. The real game starts now. After beating the Aqua Grunt, normally you would go through the forest and towards Rustboro. Not in Run Bun. Instead, you go to Dewford Town and Slateport to do all the Devon parts and Steven storyline stuff a little early. Arriving at Dewford Town, I get 3 new encounters. Tyrogue, Dewford Town, Carvanha on Route 107, and Spheal on Route 106. On the way to Granite Cave, there are 2 fights, Fisherman Elliot, who isn't hard at all, and then Ruin Maniac Georgie, who isn't hard, but more so a puzzle I have to solve. Georgie has 2 problem Pokemon. His first is his Dwebble. While not strong by any means, that's by design. This is a support Pokemon. Dwebble is able to set up the hazard Sticky Webs, which slows all Pokemon switching in. This goes hand in hand with his other Pokemon, Munchlax. This Munchlax has the move Belly Drum, the ability Gluttony, and a Salac Berry. This allows Munchlax to get to +6 attack and +1 speed within a single turn, while all my Pokemon are -1 speed. So I found a solution to get through this. Carvanha is just barely able to one-shot Dwebble with Water Pulse, and webs can never get set up. And then after some clever switch-ins, I'm able to get Monferno in to chain kill Mawile and Munchlax. Beating Georgie unlocks Granite Cave, and in Granite Cave, I have the chance to get one of the best encounters in the game, Togedemaru. Unfortunately, I get a Q-Fan. I definitely could have done worse, but it's whatever. Having a steel type is really nice. I find Steven.
Steven here.
Give him the letter. He gives me Defog, tells me to fuck off, and I make my way to Slateport. On the way to Slateport, there are several battles. Most of them aren't too challenging until we get to Tuber Ricky and Tuber Haley. While looking at their teams, they don't seem too hard. My problem is that I don't have a grass type. And this is a problem that will come up again and again. Because I don't have a grass type, I don't have a reliable way to deal with Luxio. So I have to rely on Monferno being able to chain kill Aipom and Luxio. But something goes wrong. Nidorino comes in early. While Nidorino can't kill my team, he is able to weaken them enough, forcing me to sacrifice Surskit and Spheal. These two deaths were due to a miscalculation. If this were literally any other fight, I could have wiped. I somehow find a riskless way to deal with Tuber Haley, and I make it to Slayport. Slayport is home to the next boss fight, the Museum back-to-back. I have to fight 2 Aqua Grunts in a row with no breaks. This means I cannot heal or switch my party and items around between fights. So whatever Pokemon I bring have to deal with both fights. Remember how I said having no grass types is going to be a problem? This is part of the reason. With no grass types, I have a very hard time switching in on water moves and hitting for super effective damage. So how can I get around this? There's 3 ways. 1, I have access to the Hidden Power tutor at this point, so if something has Hidden Power Grass or Electric, they can help. Of course, the one weak to water has Hidden Power Grass, and Bunnelby has Hidden Power Electric. Your special attack fucking sucks, Bunnelby. Ugh! But you know what? Believe it or not, he actually comes to the fight. So credit where credit's due. Thank you, Bunnelby. 2, there's another route I can get an encounter on, but in order to get this encounter, I have to fight an optional trainer. No! This fight is just as hard, if not harder, than the Aqua back-to-back. I don't have the resources to beat him. Or 3, I can get my Route 109 encounter. But in order for this encounter to matter, I need luck. But like I said earlier, luck is just a skill. I fished up the one Pokemon I needed, Tynamo, a 5% encounter. This gives me just what I need for the upcoming fight. But first, I gotta sleep, like IRL sleep. I streamed for 9 fucking hours, like holy shit, I'm new to this, give me a break, alright? So while I will never play the game off stream, I will sometimes plan fights off stream. Most of the time, it's extremely hard fights that stump me, because if I streamed a lot of the calcing process, the streams would just be 8 hours of this. And that's not fun for anyone. So I calced the entirety of the Aqua back-to-back off stream, and the next day, I was hyped. I thought I found the perfect, riskless line, and I was ready to put it to the test. Let's run through it. I lead Qfant to deal with Murkrow, who has Rock Throw. It's important to lead Qfant because I need them in the lead slot for the next fight. Qfant takes down Murkrow, and I'm expecting Tortuga to come in to see a Mudshot kill. But the game had other plans. Chapter 3, the Calc Giveth and the Calc Taketh. Scrub comes in and completely throws the line I spent 4 hours making out of the window. I need Tortuga to see the kill with Mudshot so Dynamo could come in for free and get damage off. So now I gotta improvise. It's time to steer. I need to find a way to get Dynamo in because they can 2-shot Skrelp. Qfant bulldozes to weaken them, and I switch to Tentacool and then to Dynamo. Dynamo takes massive damage but is able to get in and hits once with Spark before getting poisoned. I switch to Tentacool, who's able to clean up, leaving just Tortuga. I need Tentacool at high HP for the next fight, so after hitting Tortuga a little, I have to switch back to Dynamo. Dynamo gets in for free and rips one Shockwave, and then they go down to Water Pulse the next turn. Tentacool is able to slowly whittle down Tortuga, eventually winning. But now Tentacool is at insanely low HP. This is gonna mess with the next fight. The next grunt leads Marini, and I lead Qfant. Marini has the moves Toxic, Venoshock, Baneful Bunker, and Soak. The only move Marini can use is Soak because Qfant is immune to everything else. By switching around Qfant and Tentacool, I should be able to stall out Soak and get a free kill of Qfant, but something goes wrong and Qfant gets soaked. I don't notice this, and I switch in Tentacool, who takes damage on a switch in and goes down. This is really bad. Tentacool would have been great for Brawly, but I have to keep going. Qfant is able to revenge kill, but from this fight alone, I lost 2 good Pokemon. Frillish comes in and will always see a Hex kill, so Bunnelby is able to come in for free because they're immune to Hex. Because Bunnelby has Hidden Power Electric, they're able to hit for just enough damage for Carvanha to come in and kill with Bite. With just Whirlipede left, Monferno comes in on the baited rollout and is able to easily kill. And just like that, the Aqua back-to-back is over. Beating the Aqua back-to-back increases the level cap, and with the level cap increase, I have access to a few new evolutions. Most notably, I'm able to evolve my Tyrogue into a Hitmonlee, a very powerful and surprisingly good hit taker with access to Fake Out. And now, I can evolve my Yanma into Yanmega. But he doesn't get access to Ancient Power until he's level 33. So how can I evolve him? Let me explain. In Run Bun, you can change natures, maximize IVs, and relearn moves at the cost of heart scales. Using a heart scale, I can reteach ancient power to Yanma, who had it earlier in his learn set, allowing me to evolve him early. I can't do this for every single Pokemon though, since I have to be careful with my heart scales. There's only 30 in the entire game, and since I'm able to reteach ancient power to Yanma, I'm able to use Yanmega. Yanmega is an amazing Pokemon this early because I'm taking this from someone in the Run Bun server. It punches people with Air Slash. It gets Air Cutter, not Air Slash, but the point still stands. Yanmega makes the gym trainers stupidly easy, and I make it to Brawly. I try to find a way to beat Brawly riskless, but it doesn't seem like that is gonna happen. So I shift over to the optional fight I talked about earlier. You know, the one where I said it's harder than the Aqua back-to-back. This time, it's made way easier with Pokemon like Hitmonlee and Yanmega, and I get a new encounter out of it. On Route 110, I catch an Electrike. While not helpful for Brawly, his ability static will be useful later. I also catch a Horsey in Slateport City in an attempt to get a Quillfish. Obviously, I didn't get a Quillfish, but oh well. I go back to calcing for Brawly, and the line, it looks rough, but I know I can do it. Yanmega is an amazing check to Brawly. The only problem is the Hitmontop, who can not only take the Air Cutter, but can threaten a one-hit KO with Rock Slide, so the entire line is based around beating Hitmontop. The fight starts and Yanmega punches Kubfu, scoring a one-hit KO. And now Hitmonlee comes in and will always Rock Slide. I switch around a few times between Hitmonlee, Corvisquire, and Yanmega so I can rack up enough fake out damage and eventually kill with Air Cutter. With Yanmega out, Brawly sees that it one-shots every single Pokemon he has except for Lopunny and Scraggy. Scraggy comes in and it sees that it not only lives Air Cutter, but it can also kill with Rock Tomb. Monferno is able to come in and is able to 1v1 Scraggy. Taking down Scraggy brings in Lopunny. This Lopunny is very threatening with a revenge boosted Retaliate, but I found a pretty funny way to deal with it. Lopunny holds the eject button. The eject button makes the Pokemon switch out if they get hit. So with Mach Punch, Monferno is able to hit Lopunny first, forcing them to switch out. Brawly brings in Combuskin, who only sees Thunder Punch doing high damage, so I switch in Yanmega, and then I one-shot back with an Air Cutter. Lopunny comes back in and wants to hit a Retaliate, but nothing wants to take that, so I detect on Retaliate. With some switching between Yanmega, Cubefant, and Corvisquire, Lopunny eventually goes down, leaving just Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl sees a random move killing, and it goes for Bubble Beam, which Carvanha takes. Unfortunately, due to an error with the line, I have to sack Carvanha here to get important Rough Skin chip damage and drop Poliwhirl's defense. And you know what? I really like this next part, so just take a look. Where we do get Rough Skin. And now since his defense dropped, and send in Hitmonlee, who can fake out. She does insane damage. Unfortunately, we speed tie. So, this run will continue if, and only if, we win this coin flip. But like I've said before, what's the fun of it if there's no stakes? Wait, why'd it go for superpower? Holy shit! Yes! Holy shit! No way! Oh! Oh my god! We beat Brawly! Oh my god! Let's fucking go! After beating Brawly, I finally have access to Petalburg Woods and Rustboro City. Yanmega punches the fights in the woods, and while in the woods, I finally get that grass type I've been needing. Never mind, that grass type was just my imagination. Past Rustboro and on Route 116, I catch a Munna, which is not great for the gym. Looking at my team, Roxanne looks pretty rough. The only good Pokemon here is my Hitmonlee, but he can't handle her Zygarde or Solrock, so I need a solution. I see on Route 115, I can encounter Clamperl. Now, Clamperl is a very funny Pokemon because when holding a Deep Sea Tooth, its special attack doubles. By sheer numbers alone, this is higher than Kyogre's special attack. As a parting gift, Carvanha gave me Deep Sea Tooth when I caught them. So what do I get? I get a Remoraid, which is exactly what I needed. Octillery and Remoraid learn a ton of coverage moves, and in my case, Hidden Power Grass giving me the grass coverage I desperately needed. With my new encounter, I spend the rest of the stream planning a line and decide to fight Roxanne the next day. The next day comes, and after getting through all of her gym trainers, it's time to face her. And this fight was beautiful. Alright, so the plan is simple. We lead with Hitmonlee, and we get a clean one-hit KO on the Bisharp through Focus Sash, using Fake Out and Low Kick, and then that baits in either Soul Rock or Caracosta. Either one, it doesn't matter. We have lines for both. Can something go wrong? Yes. Will something go wrong? Probably. But it doesn't matter. We just gotta send it, right? So Roxanne leads Bisharp. We knew this. So we go Hitmonlee, and we can Fake Out to break Focus Sash, right? We could have also double kicked, but this is just cooler. So Low Kick kills Bisharp. So now we should be seeing either Caracosta or Soul Rock coming in. If it's Caracosta, we do Caracosta line. If it's Soul Rock, we do Soul Rock line. Caracosta, okay. Caracosta sees Zen Headbutt kill 100% of the time. To get around that, we bring in Houndoom. Houndoom is immune to Zen Headbutt, and now they bait Razor Shell. So on Razor Shell, we're able to switch in Octillery, right? Take the Razor Shell, not Maxwell, and only by sheer fucking chance, we got Hidden Power Grass on Octillery, which allows us to 2-hit KO after Rindo Berry. So this isn't going to do crazy damage. It does around like 40%. So next turn we kill with Rindo Berry. So Zen Headbutt, we're fine. We pop Oran Berry. So we're going to go Hidden Power Grass. Okay, Aqua Jet. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We needed that Aqua Jet to hit. So Hidden Power Grass kills. And then, in theory, we should be seeing Zygarde come out. We should be seeing Zygarde come out. Because it sees E-Speed kill, right? Yes! Zygarde sees E-Speed kill. So what we can do, can switch to Seadra. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, and we're just out of range too. Fuck. Well. Shit. We were literally just out of range for E-Speed to kill, right? We just need... Honestly, we just send it. We send it. 1,000 arrows. There's a chance we live. There's a chance we live. This is gonna do 48%. Yes! 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 Neptune lives, kills with Aurora Beam. The 1 HP! And then Lunatone comes in, sees Ancient Power kill. So on Ancient Power or Stored Power, it doesn't matter. We swap to Ganesha. Who takes the Ancient Power. Oh, fuck, crit. And we Rock Smash. Oh, I didn't account for that. Shit. Oh, I should have ran Chesto Berry. Shit. Oh, fuck. Okay, wake up. We wake up. Okay. Rock Smash goes off. Not doing crazy damage. But we drop their defense. And this allows us to switch in. This allows us to switch in Hitmonlee. And then Hitmonlee kills with Low Kick. Okay, Lunatone down. Should only see Soul Rock coming in. Soul Rock comes in, only sees Psycho Cut, but guess what? We send in Houndoom. Houndoom comes in, takes Psycho Cut, and now we only bait Rock Slide, right? Only bait Rock Slide, and we have a Diggersby for that. Diggersby comes in on Rock Slide. Absolutely fine. Does not crazy damage. And then we're just 1v1ing with Double Kick. It's not going to do crazy damage. It's going to be a very slow KO. But all we got to do is get him down to 40% health. And we're also speed tying, so... You know, my Diggersby is absolute trash. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this thing sucks so bad. Alright, we take one more Psycho Cut. And then we switch to Houndoom. Fuck, okay. Rip Diggersby. Now, Houndoom comes in, and it sees that it can kill with Bite. Flinch. You flinch, right? Houndoom, it's a range to live. It's a range to live. It's a range to live. Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god! Holy fuck! And then Cerberus kills. And it's just Aurorus left. Aurorus sees a kill with literally every move right now. Let's go with Earth Power, Power Gem, Discharge Body Slam. We can take every single one of those except Crit Body Slam on Hitmonlee. So we have to switch to Hitmonlee here. And we are holding a Cherry Berry just in case we get paralyzed. Yes! Oh my god. And we didn't get paralyzed. Holy fuck. Oh my god. And then, with Hitmonlee on the field, Low Kick is a guaranteed one-hit KO, and we outspeed. Roxanne down! Oh my god. I can't believe it. Oh my god, we beat Roxanne. This is currently my PB. First time beating Roxanne. I'm feeling good after coming out of Roxanne's gym with only one death, but something even better is about to happen. After the gym, I'm looking at my encounters, and someone in my chat points out that I have a Pokemon with Static. Static is an ability that has a 30% chance to paralyze a Pokemon if they make contact with them. But a hidden attribute of this ability is that it draws electric type Pokemon to you, making it a 50-50 on if an electric type will show up. And in Rustboro City, there is only one electric type available. Togedemaru is considered one of the best Pokemon in Run Bun, and the earlier you get him, the better. Why is he the best though? Let me explain. Togedemaru has a great utility move pool with moves like Fake Out, Nuzzle, Super Fang, U-Turn, Electro Web, and Spiky Shield. All these moves have limited distribution, basically making him a Swiss Army knife. Not only does he have access to some unique moves, but his ability is really good for punishing Fake Out and other priority moves. Iron Barb steals 12.5% of Pokemon's max HP if Togedemaru is hit with a contact move, letting me easily get something into more of a kill range. Lastly, his typing of Electric and Steel are great. Steel can make almost any type good with its myriad of resistances. But the type combo has a 4x weakness to ground, which is actually really good. Being able to always bait a certain type of move is very useful, especially if it's a type that you can switch in for free on, because ground doesn't affect flying, you always have the safe switch in. With the level cap raised to 32, the trainers on Route 116 are light work, and the sand fight in Rustler Tunnel was also pretty easy. Normally, it's not. After picking up a few more items like the Muscle Band and Wise Glasses, I finally make it to Verdant Turd. God, every time I think about, like, shit and turd, I was thinking about this one guy calling me a sheet shitter in chat. Don't ask me why they call me that. I I don't fucking know. Anyways, in Verdantard, I finally catch a grass type, something I needed a long time ago. Fungus isn't a bad Pokemon. They would be really good for Watson once they get to Amoonguss, but I was hoping for something with a little more power. The next fight goes really smoothly with Houndoom, Yanmega, Togedemaru, and Musharna, who are all able to switch around and pivot around each other's weaknesses very nicely. But this next fight is something else. It's not a boss fight, it's not a back-to-back, and it's not a gauntlet. It's just a trainer, Breeder Corgi. And Breeder Corgi's fight is what I would describe as the fight where all went wrong. Breeder Corgi's team consists of Arcanine, Furfrou, Lucario, Manectric, and Boltund. And unlike every other fight up until this point, I couldn't figure it out. Hoping for a little extra help, I get my Rust Turf Tunnel encounter, but I accidentally led Manectric and I pull in a Lowland Geodude. I end stream because I am stumped. I have no way to make progress. So after stream, I spend the entire night, give or take 6 hours of planning out this fight. And I think I solved it. By investing a rare candy into Seadra, which allows them to go past the level cap to level 33, they can always live Wild Charge crit and one-shot Arcanine after the recoil damage. My second problem is the Lucario. I have to invest a Heart Scale on Hitmonlee so they can outspeed Lucario and one-shot them. Furfrou is the next Pokemon, and Togedemaru and Cufant should be able to take them on thanks to Iron Barb's damage and Rock Smash. And this just leaves Manectric and Boltund. Houndoom and Graveler should be able to take them on. But you saw the chapter title. This is the fight where everything went wrong. I lead Seadra, who is pre-damaged to live a crit Wild Charge and also bait in Furfrou after taking out Arcanine. But Seadra gets burned by Will-O-Wisp. I have no clue why I did this. I have no physical moves on this thing, and Seadra does not have good physical attack. By also taking a Will-O-Wisp, Arcanine is no longer in range to die in one Octazooka because they never took their recoil damage. This means Seadra has to dodge a crit the next turn, which they do, and they are able to take out Arcanine. Furfrou comes in and sees a random move kill. Togedemaru is able to switch in and damages back with Iron Barbs and fakes out for a little bit of chip. Next turn, Togedemaru has Furfrou's HP with Super Fang, and Cufant switches in the next turn and starts racking up Rock Smash damage until something else goes wrong. Furfrou used Attract. Cufant now has a 50% chance to do nothing. Knowing this, I switch to Togedemaru, who's thankfully able to clean up with Fake Out and Smart Strike. I'm predicting Lucario to come in next because not only do they outspeed, but they can also take out Togedemaru in one hit. But Lucario did not come out. Boltund came out. Boltund is a huge problem. Probably the biggest problem in this fight. With base 121 speed, he outspeeds all of my Pokemon by a long shot. And with Strong Jaw, all of his moves threaten kills. I switch my Hitmonlee on a resisted Crunch, but it drops his defense. I Fake Out to break the Sash before switching to Houndoom on a Psychic Fang. Boltund did not use Psychic Fang. It used Thunder Fang because it saw that it actually did higher damage thanks to defense drop. After taking the Thunder Fang, I switch to Graveler, and Boltund goes for a Howl, raising his attack. Graveler is able to hold on before bulldozing, dropping Boltund's speed. Houndoom switches in on a Psychic Fang this time for taking out Boltund. Taking out Boltund should, in theory, bring in Lucario, who kills with Aura Sphere. But Manectric comes in instead because they outspeed. I switch in Togedemaru on Thunderbolt, Fake Out, and then switch to Graveler. Graveler takes a Flamethrower and a Thunderbolt before bulldozing. With Manectric's speed dropped, I'm able to switch to Hitmonlee on Ice Fang, and I can kill with Low Kick. But another thing goes wrong. Manectric's ability static activated, paralyzing my Hitmonlee, and I didn't have any way to deal with it because I wasn't holding a Cherry Berry and I didn't have the Limber ability. Lucario finally comes in, and it can't kill me with any attack even if it crits. All Hitmonlee has to do is hit Low Kick. We should be able to go through static and kill. Because guess what? Fuck, man. Okay. Hitmonlee cannot stay in. With everyone low HP, I have no more safe switch-ins. I have to sack something. I switch Cufant in, and they go down to Flash Cannon. Sacking Cufant allows me to bring in Houndoom for free, but I'm not out of danger just yet. While Houndoom outspeeds, they have a range to kill Lucario. A 25% range to kill. I have to send it. We do not have a guaranteed kill on this thing. We outspeed, and we kill a Flame Burst 25% of the time. So if we lose this, we're gonna be in rough shape. Togedemaru's able to come in after and finishes off Lucario, winning me the fight. But winning wasn't the important part. I lost resources from that fight. Cufant was a great switch in, and Houndoom had an amazing stab combo with crazy high special attack. And unfortunately, both of them were vital, or would have been vital, to the upcoming fights. This is what is called snowballing. It starts small. You lose a few Pokemon to some bad mistakes. It's not the worst that can happen. We all make mistakes, right? But then they start piling up. This just leaves you with worse and more unreliable answers for the upcoming fights. Because of this, you lose even more Pokemon, and this cycle just keeps going until you can't go any further. After an easy double battle, I catch a Toxel. Toxtricity is able to help quite a bit here, but the snowball just keeps rolling. In the next fight, everything goes to plan until I get to Quagsire. I switch in Octillery, who can one-shot with Hidden Power Grass, but they get frozen on the switch-in, allowing Quagsire to set up Curse. I lose Octillery and Musharna because of my bad luck. What sucks is that I could have avoided losing Musharna if I just realized Seadra had Clear Smog. The next two fights after go off without a problem, but I've reached the end of the road. At the end of this road is the Lightning Rod double battle. This is a gimmick double battle focused on powering up Lightning Rod Seaking and Marowak while Mogo racks up damage with Metronome Discharge. This fight is a hell to plan, and I couldn't plan it. I was stumped. So I said to myself what I say when the going gets tough. Fuck it. We ball. Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck me, I guess. I guess. Oh my god, a crit killed. Because a +3, it doesn't matter what it is. What, it go for flamethrower? Ice beam. Goes for kill or not. If Togedemaru didn't get frozen there, I think we would have had a shot at winning. What a run, attempt 7, huh? What a run. What a fucking run. What a run. And just like that, I lost. 20 hours gone just like that. That's the unforgiving nature of Run Bun. But why does that make it so fun? Maybe it's because this game is an incredible challenge. And even on my future runs after this, I've been having a ton of fun with it. Even if I've had to restart over and over again. One day, I'm going to beat this game. I want to beat this game. This is just one of my many attempts. It just happened to be my favorite so far. I realized that the only way I can beat this game is if I keep going, and I will do just that. I don't care if it takes 100 attempts, 1,000 attempts, 10,000 attempts. I will conquer Run Bun.